Hello and welcome to the Views Expressed. Today on the program, we'll be highlighting a very special community event. There will be an event to support the opening of Ashland's very first dog park. So we'll be hearing from a couple of folks during the broadcast about the dog park and how you can support it. We'll be hearing from Kara Turrell, who was on the dog park committee. And we'll also be hearing from a very special group of young ladies, Ashland Girl Scout Troop 82051, who will be talking about their community service project and how they decided to help Ashland and the dog park. It's going to be a great show. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome to the Views Expressed. Today we have a very special program for you. We are talking with Kara Turrell about the Ashland Dog Park Committee and the formation of Ashland's very first Bark Park. Kara, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Makita.
So Kara, how did this project come about?
And at this point, and I can't believe it's been this long, but it was about 5 years ago when we started a discussion about it. So I think Yolanda Graves, who's on the select board, had been talking about it, and she and I connected and decided to start at least a committee or a thought group to start to look into it. So it's been 5 years, if you can believe it.
Wow, 5 years. And so now you're finally starting to see this become a reality. So give us a little update on what's going on and why we're actually even having this conversation right now.
Sure. So that's kind of the exciting part, is that we are at the point where we have just received. So part of the process was that we had applied through the Stanton Foundation grant, and it gives money in Massachusetts to dog parks. We applied and received the first piece of it, which is $25,000 for the design grant, which would entail a local architect to create the design. We have a basically an early stage one that's showcased on our Facebook page, so people can check that out. Once we get into the real details, we need to have a formal one that's submitted. So that's where we are right now.
So you're in phase one and then phase two. How many overall phases, how many steps are we looking at here to make the dog park happen?
Sure. So in the formal piece of the steps, we're probably at, that design. The applying was probably the first piece of it. The second part was receiving the design grant and choosing the architect. Second will be moving ahead with that and picking someone to do the construction. So once we get the design done, we will then go back to Stanton Grant and request the second part of the grant, which is the rest of the money for the construction of the actual dog park.
And the timeline on completion?
I want to say in a year from now. That's what my time was, but I've said that every year for 5 years. But it is coming around. It will be sooner than that. And I think people are starting to get excited about it. I know it seemed like it was so far away, but I think it's going to happen.
Talk to me about the community support around the Bark Park and why folks think this is an important project for Ashland right now.
So you might be surprised to know there's 1,800 registered dogs in the town. So that means there's a lot of dogs. There's a lot of dog lovers. And when we started talking about it, what we really thought about it would be that not only would it be good exercise for dogs, socialization for dogs, but really it's a community park. It's for families to come, as long as everybody's following the rules and we have well-behaved dogs, this can be a really great addition to our community. And we're really seeing it in the towns around us too. Hopkinton's going to have one, Framingham's going to have one, Natick, we've been falling on their heels, and they have a wonderful one, Fido of Natick. So we checked theirs out and we're following along with them.
Excellent. So there is a big event coming up here in Ashland to support the Bark Park. By the way, before we start talking about that, why did you all decide on the name Bark Park? I'm just curious. It's fun to say,
yeah, but Bark Park, with your Boston accent. But so we put it out to the public. We had kind of a fun raffle, or people submitted names for the Bark Park or for the dog park, And we went with one that was really cute. We had a couple people, you know, say the Bark Park. So I think it resonated with a lot of people. And I think it, when we landed on that, we felt like that was the right name.
Well, it's wicked snappy, and I think it's going to be very well received overall. I'm sorry, go ahead.
It's fun.
It is fun. It is fun. And speaking of fun, swooping back to my other question, there is an event that's happening in Ashland to support the Bark Park very soon. So Kara, tell me a little bit about that.
Sure. So that's another piece that we're requesting assistance with. So myself and the other members of the dog park committee have done you know, due diligence. We worked really hard on this for a long time. We're now asking the community to put in their hard work in the form of community funds. That's what we're looking for. That's part of the Stanton grant, is that we need to raise at least $20,000 for the type of dog park that we're wanting. You know, we want to have the small dog park and the large dog park. We want all the parts, you know, that, you know, Natick Fido has. So we want all those pieces. So part of that request is to raise the money. And our spring fundraiser is going to hopefully do just that. And that's May 8th, 9 to 2 at the Ashland Corner Spot. And what we're excited to tell people about is that we're going to have 2 photographers there who are able to take photos of your dog and maybe even your kids if they want to jump in. And we're asking for a, you know, a donation for that piece. And all the proceeds will go to the Ashland Dog Park. We're going to have food for people and your 4-legged friends. We will have Senti's Kitchen, where they have delicious African barbecue. We're going to have Dorgan Ramen, who has great food. We're going to have refreshing concessions, which will have ice cream for people and ice cream for dogs. So we're excited to offer that.
Ice cream for dogs. Yeah, I have to confess that I have never heard of such a thing, but that sounds pretty neat.
You can actually get it at Market Basket. I've seen it too.
Oh, wow. That's great. So this sounds like a really wonderful community event. And it sounds like even if you don't have a dog, it's something that would be kind of fun to just come on down and experience, but more importantly, support. You know, it does sound like something that could bring the community together. So in our last few minutes, Kara, can you just tell people, like, if they can't make it to the event, or even if they can, like, how can they find out more about the project? Where can they find you online?
Sure.
All that good stuff.
Sure. So to check out our website and check out some of the work that we've already done, you can go to www.ashlanddogpark.com. And we also have information about how to donate. So we have a PayPal/Ashland Dog Park, all, you know, one word, but capitalized Ashland Dog and Park. Venmo is at Ashland-Dog Park. We're a registered nonprofit, so you can also, it's tax deductible. So you can do, that will be another piece that's attractive to people donating. And then check out our Facebook page, and we're under Ashland Dog Park Committee. So you can check that out. And you can also send checks or cash to 3 Hilldale Place in Ashland, Mass. 01721, home of the Clockers.
Kara, thank you so much for giving us this update on the Bark Park. And I'd love to have y'all back, or have you back, to tell us about progress as the project continues. So one more time for the folks out there, just the big event.
It's the family fun event. And like you said, everybody is invited. We'd love to have well-behaved leash dogs coming, as well as families and anybody that would like to come over and visit. It's on May 8th, 9 to 2 at the Ashland Corner Spot, with a rain date of May 15th, 9 to 2 as well at the Corner Spot. Thank you.
Thank you. And they can check your Facebook page to see if it's rain delayed and such.
Yep, we'll give all the information on that date. I'm sure it'll be sunny though.
I'm sure I will. I have my fingers crossed for you. Thanks so much for this update on this community project, Kara. And
thank you.
We'll have you back soon.
Sounds good.
We're very, very, very pleased to have Ashland Girl Scout Troop 82051 here with us on The Views Expressed to talk about how they are educating people about the new Bark Park here in Ashland. I have many young ladies who have worked very, very hard, and they're going to talk a little bit about why they're doing this. They're actually doing this in part because they are trying to earn their silver award. And we're going to learn about that. We're going to learn about their activities with the Bark Park, and we're going to learn about how we can all get behind the Girl Scouts in town as well as the Bark Park as well. So without any further ado, I am going to start with the first question here. And my first question is to Carly. Carly, welcome to the show, and welcome everyone to the show. What is the Girl Scout Silver Award?
So basically, the Girl Scout Silver Award is the second highest award that you can get in Girl Scouts. And you usually have to be in middle school to get it, or a cadet like we are. And it's something that basically you want to try to make an impact in the community or the world. Preferably, you'd want it to be something that could last a long time so you can see it grow and change.
Sounds like really important work. And so you are using the opportunity to educate the public about the Bark Park for the Silver Award. Maeve, why are the Girl Scouts supporting the Bark Park for this?
We are supporting the Bark Park because it has something to do with animals. And since we all came together agreeing that that animals are something that we all enjoy helping, and we all have a pet. So we wanted to kind of like give to the community that all have dogs to about kind of give a park that they can go to.
Sounds great, Maeve. Thanks for letting us know that. I want to shift the conversation about what you've been doing to raise awareness about the Bark Park in Ashland. And so, Kira, could you tell us a little bit more about that?
To raise awareness, we have spoken at the town hall in front of representatives for the dog park, and we were put in a newspaper to try to spread the word about it. And also the other Girl Scouts I wasn't able to attend were able to speak to younger girls about it and try to educate them about it.
It sounds like you all really did a lot to try to activate the community around the dog park. And, you know, that's an important issue. I'm just wondering, why is it important for young people in general to be active in the community? And Maria, do you have any thoughts on that?
Well, young people being active in the community can teach them a lot of life skills that they can use later in life. And like young people, like we're the future leaders of the community. So it's really important for us to be involved.
Yeah, Maria, you're making a good point about folks, especially young folks, being involved. Allison, I was wondering if you could maybe talk a little bit about if you think it's, just on a personal level, like, do you think it's important to encourage young people who want to make a difference in their community generally?
I do think that it is important because younger kids need to like step up and be leaders for their community. Girl Scouts is a good way to help out in your town, and it can benefit you later in life. And doing Girl Scouts with your friends is a lot more fun, and it improves like leadership skills. So I think that it is important.
Allison, you mentioned many times, and appropriately so, that Girl Scouts is a great way to give back to the community. But Sam, I'm wondering, Samantha, do you think that more young people should be involved in Girl Scouts?
I honestly think everyone should be involved in Girl Scouts. It's a great way. It's a fun and safe space to, you know, hang with your friends, as well as like learn life skills that can be used in your entire life, and a lot of leadership skills. And I think during the times that we're living in now, I think younger people need more role models and need to be the role models themselves. And I think it's a great way to, you know, learn these skills.
Thanks, Samantha. I have to say, I'm really impressed by this troop and you know, all the things you're doing for the community with the Bark Park and beyond. I want to shift the focus a little bit to talk to your troop leaders for a second about the Bark Park, how you guys got involved, how you all got involved, and generally getting involved in Girl Scouts in Ashland, in case there are other students or if there are some parents with younger children who might want to check that out. So Margaret Musco, who is one of the co-leaders of the Ashland Girl Scout Troop 82051, how can more people get involved in Girl Scouts in Ashland? How do people go about that? And please unmute.
Hi, thank you, Makita. Yes, so Girl Scouts right now, as I've been talking to some of the parents, they are going onto you can go onto the Girl Scout website, www.gsema.org. And on there, you click on the About Girl Scout button, then click Join. And if you're having any financial issues, Girl Scouts will usually work with you, so let that not be a hindrance. And they will connect you to a troop near you. And also through the school, the way my daughters joined, we had there was an info session at the school. Usually it happens after the school day is over in the evening, and the Girl Scout employees and volunteers in town are there to give you all the information you need, make it a seamless way to help your daughter join. And also adults, whether you have children or not, it's a good organization to join and help out the young people in our community. And another way, Ashland Day, usually the Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts will have a table there. So that's another way in September. I think we didn't have it during COVID, but and then also, if you can, all these ways are not working. If you see us selling cookies during cookie season, we have our booths all over town. You can come and ask us any questions, and we'll be happy to help you out.
Girl Scout cookie season, one of my favorite seasons of the year, Margaret.
Oh,
indeed. I think I can speak for a lot of people in town who would agree with that. So you did mention something interesting. So even if you don't have a young person who is involved in scouting, but if you feel that you can volunteer your time and talent as an adult, that you can get in touch with a local troop and do that. Did I hear that correctly?
Yes, absolutely. You can go on their website, or even if you know some members in the leaders in Ashland town, you can contact them and they'll help you through the process. They just usually do a query, pretty simple, and you're able to join the Girl Scouts and help them out in their activities like encampment. Usually it's a weekend activity, and we do need a lot of volunteers then. So when my girls are all grown, it's one group I would like to stay with as much as I can. Yeah, so it's a fun group.
That's great.
For the young people and the adults socializing, I have to say.
That's awesome. That's awesome to know. And just one important point. So this is one troop in Ashland, Margaret, but there are many troops in Ashland for different age groups. Is that how that works? Or
yes, so there are many troops. It starts from, you can join from pre-K up to 12, grade 12. And each grade, like we have all ages, basically from pre-K to 12. And we have several troops in Ashland. This is just one troop in Ashland, and we're happy to be here, Troop 82051.
Thank you, Margaret. I want to shift over to the other co-leader of Troop 82051, Veronica Gilbert. Thank you so much for being on the show. Veronica, can you tell us a little bit more about how folks can find out more about the Bark Park?
Thank you, Makita, for having us. So yeah, the best way to connect with the Ashland Bark Park is directly through their website at www.ashlandbarkpark.org, or you can simply Google Ashland Bark Park, Mass, and that'll bring you directly to that site. There you'll find lots of information about the Bark Park, their goals and upcoming events, and along with how you can help. It's been a really amazing journey working with the Ashland Bark Park Committee, and we're hoping to see everyone on Saturday, May 8th.
Saturday, May 8th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. If I understand it. And I do want to thank Troop 82051 for coming on The Views Expressed to educate us about all you do for our community, and especially on the Bark Park project. So for those of you who are watching again, there's going to be a big event around Bark Park on May 8th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And if you want to find out more information, you can visit their website about that or their Facebook page, the Bark Park and the Ashland Dark Park Committee. If you want to find out more about scouting in Ashland, you can also visit websites, or you can inquire at one of our wonderful schools. So there are many ways to get involved with Girl Scouts. And this is one important project, but they do a lot of great work in the community. I want to thank our guests, especially the young ladies here who are part of the troop. Congratulations on all of your hard work. I know you will get your silver award, and it will be well earned and hard fought, and you should be very proud of all the work that you are doing for your community. And I want to thank the troop leaders as well for stepping up and leading and teaching these young people about leadership and about giving back. So thanks for coming on the show, everybody. And thank you to the viewers for spending a little time with us to find out what's going on around Ashland. I'm your host, Makita Keegan. Thanks so much for joining us. Come see us next time.